Good morning. My name is Andrea Jenkins, and I am the president of the Minneapolis City Council, and I'm going to call to order this regular meeting for Thursday, February 9th. This morning we have one resolution to present, which we will do before taking up our regular order of business. And that resolution will be presented by Council members Ellison, Chavez, and Rainville. And I believe it is in honor of National Pizza Day. Wasn't aware of that date, but now we are. And we have pizza. Pizza.
Thanks for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Just thought we'd do something fun. You know, it is both Black History Month and National Pizza Day, and so we thought it appropriate to honor, a Black-owned pizza spot, and so that's what this is about. And thank you guys for being here. And I know it feels a little bit like it could be a little bit silly, fun premise, but really what you guys do for the community and what you guys do for the city, we take seriously and we really appreciate. So, thank you. I'm going to start by reading the resolution, and then I'll pass it on to my colleagues here. So. Honoring sliced pizza. Whereas sliced pizza was established in 2020, and whereas while Minneapolis is home to many delicious pizzerias, sliced pizza is the first local Black-owned pizzeria in the city of Minneapolis, and whereas they are in Northeast and South Minneapolis, and as this pizza is so good, they are willing to answer calls to come across the river and will soon be in one new location coming to St. Paul in April. And
whereas this local small business has a team of 14 employees dedicated to making the perfect slice, and whereas they're home of pickle pizza and offer their whole pizzas by the slice. Oh, you got a mic?
Okay. And whereas they have catered to the community by serving their pizza to the Timberwolves, Minneapolis Public Schools, Children's Hospital of Minnesota, University of Minnesota Carlson School of Business, Open Streets on Lake Street, and Get Out the Vote events. And whereas today, February 9, 2023, is National Pizza Day, and we honor the delicious pizzas Sliced Pizza offers our city. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Mayor and City Council do hereby declare February 9, 2023, Sliced Pizza Day in honor of National Pizza Day and Black History Month. Woo!
Guys, could you say a couple words, please?
This is an amazing honor. When we set out to open a pizzeria, me and Adam have had some other investment endeavors. So this was something that we thought from traveling, being in other places. As the Minneapolis area kind of starts to build and you see a lot more development coming to Minneapolis, we thought that this was something that was needed, that sort of connects the area, but also has affordable and, I won't say healthy, but we'll say fresh options that we're bringing to the city. When we started this, we never had any idea that we'd be the first Black-owned pizzeria or that we were even entering into that space. So to kind of see where that first walk-up started Northeast, to kind of see us moving here to our third location, to possibly in the Timberwolves Stadium into the Target Center, hopefully if that deal works out, and just to kind of see that the city's coming around us and recognizing our work as entrepreneurs is very fulfilling. We tried to put our face forward and try to just be good entrepreneurs, have just a good business structure, and really just focus on the business side of it first. Us being the first Black-owned pizzeria is definitely great, but that's not the caveat we wanted to move with, so even being highlighted for this really feels great.
And I have to confess that I have been to your pizza place on East Hennepin way too many times. I'm trying to lose weight, but it's so good, I can't help but drive by and just kind of pull over and get a slice. So thank you for what you do for our community.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I must admit that I am ready for a cold slice of pizza right now myself. And with that, we will return to our regular agenda. And I do want to just say congratulations to Slice Pizza, and I have to get over there and get a slice soon. Clerk, please call the roll to verify the presence of a
You're
quorum.
ordering that.
Councilmember Payne.
Present.
Councilmember Koski.
Present?
Councilmember Shugtai.
Present.
Councilmember Chavez.
Present.
Councilmember Ellison.
Here.
Councilmember Vita.
Present?
Councilmember Rainville.
Present.
Councilmember Goodman.
Present.
Councilmember Wansley.
Present.
Councilmember Johnson.
Present.
Councilmember Osman.
Present.
Vice President Palmisano.
Present?
President Jenkins.
Present.
There are 13 members present.
Let the record reflect that we do have a quorum. Next, we have the adoption of our agenda. Colleagues, the agenda for today's meeting is before us, and I will ask, are there any amendments to today's agenda? And I see Councilmember Chugtai in here.
Thank you, Madam President. I wanted to make a motion to amend the agenda to include, under the order of notice of ordinance introductions, a notice of intent relating to noise violation exemptions. That is sitting in front of all of you.
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Chugtai. Is there a second?
Second.
And we have a motion to amend the agenda. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Payne.
Aye.
Councilmember Koski.
Aye.
Councilmember Shugtai.
Aye.
Councilmember Chavez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ellison.
Aye.
Councilmember Vita.
Aye.
Councilmember Rainville.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodman.
Aye.
Councilmember Wansley.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson.
Aye.
Councilmember Osman.
Aye.
Vice President Palmisano.
Aye.
President Jenkins.
Aye.
There are 13 ayes.
And colleagues, with your permission, I will take that motion to amend the agenda as well as we have adopted the agenda as well. And with that, we will go to the next item of business is the acceptance of minutes from our regular meeting of January 26th. I have a motion to accept that, those minutes.
So moved?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Payne.
Aye.
Councilmember Koski.
Aye.
Councilmember Shugtai.
Aye.
Councilmember Chavez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ellison.
Aye.
Councilmember Vita.
Aye.
Councilmember Rainville.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodman.
Aye.
Councilmember Wansley.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson.
Aye.
Councilmember Osman.
Aye.
Vice President Palmisano.
Aye.
President Jenkins.
Aye.
There are 13 ayes.
That carries, and those minutes have been accepted. Finally, we have the referral of petitions, communications, and reports to the proper committees. May I have that motion, please?
So moved?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Payne.
Aye.
Councilmember Koski.
Aye.
Councilmember Shugtai.
Aye.
Councilmember Chavez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ellison.
Aye.
Councilmember Vita.
Aye.
Councilmember Rainville.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodman.
Aye.
Councilmember Wansley.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson.
Aye.
Councilmember Osman.
Aye.
Vice President Palmisano.
Aye.
President Jenkins.
Aye.
There are 13 ayes.
That carries, and those reports have been adopted. The next order of business is the reports of our standing committees, beginning with the report from the Business Inspection and Housing and Zoning Committee, presented by the committee's chair, Councilmember Goodman.
Good morning, Madam President, members of the council. The Business Inspections, Housing and Zoning Committee is bringing 6 items forward for approval this morning. Item number 1 is a variance appeal that was denied by the committee. Item 2 are liquor license approvals, and 3 are the liquor license renewals. Item 4 is our Great Streets Business Support Grant Agreements. Item 5 is a rezoning at 2945 Garfield. And item number 6 is a commercial property development loan fund loan to a project at 804 East 38th Street. With that, I will move items 1 through 6 for approval this morning.
Councilmember Goodman has moved that committee's report. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Payne.
Aye.
Councilmember Koski.
Aye.
Councilmember Shugtai.
Aye.
Councilmember Chavez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ellison.
Aye.
Councilmember Vita.
Aye.
Councilmember Rainville.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodman.
Aye.
Councilmember Wansley.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson.
Aye.
Councilmember Osman.
Aye.
Vice President Palmisano.
Aye.
President Jenkins.
Aye.
There are 13 ayes.
That carries and that report is adopted. Next, we have the report from our Intergovernmental Relations Committee, and that report will be presented by the chair, Councilmember Johnson.
Thank you, Madam President. The Intergovernmental Relations Committee brings forward one item today, which is support for the Minnesota Health Plan and Medicare for All Act of 2022. I'll gladly move approval of that, and also just want to say thank you to the folks that showed up today in support of this.
Councilmember Johnson has moved that committee's report. Is there a second? Any discussion? Councilmember Wansley.
Thank you, Madam President. I also just want to thank Healthcare for All Minnesota, the community organization that has organized very powerfully as part of a national movement for single-payer healthcare for many years. With every passing year, it becomes clear that our for-profit healthcare system is incredibly cruel, unjust, and inefficient. We need a socialized single-payer healthcare system, and it's going to take mass community organizing, as you all are representing, in order to win it. This past week, I also had the opportunity to attend a rally of medical students and healthcare workers and community members who are standing together to oppose the merger between two profit-driven healthcare giants, Fairview and Sanford. The merger is not being done in the interests of patients or workers or taxpayers, and it's being done to line the pockets of administrators and executives. So I'm glad that our community members are, applying pressure on the AG's office, our legislators, to really move forward a model of healthcare that centers people over profits. And this resolution is hopefully one, tiny step towards showing that this city and hopefully many more cities will join in that call to action at the statewide level with this historic trifecta that we have, so that we don't continue to have a healthcare system that's preying on working class people when they're in their most time of crisis and in need. So I just want to thank you all for making this opportunity happen, and look forward to fighting alongside you until we actually have single-payer healthcare realized in the city, in the state, in this country.
Thank you, Councilmember Wansley. And next in queue is Councilmember Rainville.
Thank you, Madam President. I too want to thank the guests for coming down today and for your activism. Healthcare for all is so important. I just recently experienced this firsthand at Methodist Hospital with some emergency surgery. It was great care, and here I am as good as new after a couple weeks. But I'm very, very pleased to vote for this today. And again, thank you for coming down and being part of this very, very special effort. Thank you very much.
Councilmember Johnson.
Thank you, Madam President. And again, thanks to the authors on this resolution and all the community partners that created this and are doing this work. And I just want to make the comment around the whole Sanford Fairview piece is that this is a very consequential question. It's going to affect literally hundreds of thousands of residents across our city and their access to health care. It's critical to the state's security in terms of the research hospital over at the U and all the doctors that are essential for providing care for people all across Minnesota. And so I certainly think this is something this body should look at more, and I'm happy to work with colleagues on that, and whether this body is willing to take a formal position or not on consideration of that matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Johnson. And I did put myself in queue just to say thank you to the organizers and advocates that are here with us today, but beyond that, all around the state and the country. I think, the absence of single-payer health care or state-sponsored health care in the United States is one of the key failings of our country. It is not only harmful to make profits off of people's illnesses and health conditions, but it would be a substantially important economic tool for all of us, corporations, for individuals, Prior to working in the city council, I was a part of Hennepin County, and most of the people that were receiving public assistance were because of catastrophic health care problems. And so this work is critical, and I'm happy to support this resolution today. And seeing no further comments, I will ask the clerk to call the roll.
Councilmember Payne.
Aye.
Councilmember Koski.
Aye.
Councilmember Shugtai.
Aye.
Councilmember Chavez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ellison.
Aye.
Councilmember Vita.
Aye.
Councilmember Rainville.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodman.
Aye.
Councilmember Wansley.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson.
Aye.
Councilmember Osmond.
Aye.
Vice President Palmisano.
Aye.
President Jenkins.
Aye.
There are 13 ayes.
That carries, and that report is adopted. And next, we have the report from our Policy and Government Oversight Committee, and that report will be presented by the Chair, Councilmember Ellison.
Thank you, Madam President. The Policy and Government Oversight Committee is bringing forward 20 items for approval, and as mentioned at Committee of the Whole, we'll be moving to delete one item. So item number 1 is passage of an ordinance related to the appointed position in the Racial Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging Department of Deputy Director. 2 is passage of resolution for the 2022 fourth quarter donation reports. 3 is passage of a resolution for gift acceptance from the U.S. Election Assistant Commission for Travel and Lodging. 4 is passage of a resolution for gift acceptance from the Minnesota Office of Pipeline Safety for Travel and Lodging. Item number 5 is the resolution for gift acceptance that I will be moving to delete. 6 is a gift acceptance for various entities related to travel and lodging expenses. 7 is authorizing the city to join other government entities in submitting comments concerning equitable broadband deployment before the Federal Communications Commission. 8 is amending previous council action related to a contract amendment with Cost Planning and Management International, Inc. for the owner's project representative services for the City Hall office space renovation project. 9 is accepting the low bid for ready mix concrete. 10 is accepting the low bid for Target Center Grab and Go Market construction project. 11 is authorizing a contract with the Strength Group for Violence Prevention Services. 12 is authorizing a contract amendment with M.A. Mortensen Company for additional carpentry and casework for the Public Service Building project. 13 is authorizing a contract amendment with Center for Energy and Environment for eligible providers of workforce development services for 2021 through 2025. 14 is authorizing a lease amendment with 2700 28th Street East LLC for the Fire Department Employee Assistance Program office space. Items 16 through 20 are legal settlements related to workers' compensation claims. Oh, sorry, that's items. Yeah. And then that's 15 through 19. Items 15 through 19. Apologies. Item 20 is a new contract and contract amendment with Cornerstone Advocacy Services for victims of domestic violence advocacy services. And with that, I'll move approval for the committee report, except item 5, which I will be moving to delete from the agenda.
Thank you. Councilmember Ellison has moved this committee's report, eliminating item number 5. Is there a second?
Second.
And any discussion? Councilmember Chavez.
Council President Jenkins, I did want to pull out number 15 and 16 for a separate vote.
Just 15 and 16, not 15 through 19, or?
Yeah, just 15 and 16.
Thank you. Councilmember Chavez has moved to remove for a separate vote items number 15 and 16. And so, colleagues, we will vote on the rest of that committee's report minus item number 5. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Payne.
Aye.
Councilmember Koski.
Aye.
Councilmember Shugtai.
Aye.
Councilmember Chavez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ellison.
Aye.
Councilmember Vita.
Aye.
Councilmember Rainville.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodman.
Aye.
Councilmember Wansley.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson.
Aye.
Councilmember Osmond.
Aye.
Vice President Palmisano.
Aye.
President Jenkins.
Aye.
There are 13 ayes.
That carries, and that report is adopted, and we will move to items number 15 and 16. Councilmember Chavez.
I'll just be voting no against these, number 15 and 16, Council President.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Clerk, please call the roll on items number 15 and 16.
Councilmember Payne.
Aye.
Councilmember Koski.
Aye.
Councilmember Shabtai.
Nay.
Councilmember Chavez.
No.
Councilmember Ellison.
Aye.
Councilmember Vita.
Aye.
Councilmember Rainville.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodman.
Aye.
Councilmember Wansley.
Nay.
Councilmember Johnson.
Aye.
Councilmember Osmond.
Aye.
Vice President Palmisano.
Aye.
President Jenkins.
Aye.
There are 10 ayes and 3 nays.
Those items passes, and full report is adopted. Next, we have our Public Health and Safety Committee report, which will be presented by the Chair, Councilmember Vito.
Thank you, Madam President. The Public Health and Safety Committee is bringing forward 5 items that it is recommending for approval. Item 1 is authorizing a license and maintenance agreement with the Metropolitan Council for public artwork at 2125 West Broadway. Item 2 is accepting a grant from the Minnesota Department of Health for the Health Equity Network Program. Item 3 is accepting a grant from the Minnesota Department of Human Services for opioid response work. Item 4 is approving the use of opioid settlement funds for a full-time employee in the Health Department to help with opioid response programming. And item 5 is confirming an appointment to the Homegrown Minneapolis Food Council. I'll move approval of these items.
Councilmember Vito has moved that committee's report. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Payne.
Aye.
Councilmember Koski.
Aye.
Councilmember Shabtai.
Aye.
Councilmember Chavez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ellison.
Aye.
Councilmember Vita.
Aye.
Councilmember Rainville.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodman.
Aye.
Councilmember Wansley.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson.
Aye.
Councilmember Osmond.
Aye.
Vice President Palmisano.
Aye.
President Jenkins.
Aye.
There are 13 ayes.
That carries, and that report is adopted. Our final committee report is the Public Works and Infrastructure Committee, and that report will be presented by the Chair, Councilmember Johnson.
Thank you, Madam President. The Public Works and Infrastructure Committee is bringing forward 19 items today. The first is the Upper Harbor Terminal Public Infrastructure Street Reconstruction. The second item is the Osseo Road Street Reconstruction. The third item is Hennepin Avenue South Street Reconstruction Temporary Construction Easement Agreement. Item number 4 is an agreement with Metropolitan Council for construction of a temporary traffic signal. And items 5 through 19 are all Special Service District Advisory Board appointments, and those are for 48th in Chicago, 50th in France, 54th in Lindale, Bloomington Lake, Central Avenue, Chicago Lake, Dinkytown, East Lake Street, East Street, Linden Hills, Lowry Hills, Lindale Lake, Stadium Village, Uptown, and West Broadway. I will go ahead and move the committee's full report for approval.
Thank you, Councilmember Johnson. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Councilmember Goodman.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to comment on the Special Services District appointments that we're making today. There's been a lot of conversation about how to improve commercial corridors and this assertion that we should be starting new organizations called special business districts to actually help with the revitalization of these districts. Yet we have special service districts, about 10 of them being appointed and reappointed today, that have decided to band together to have increased services in their area that they tax themselves essentially through the city and pay for. Sometimes it's public work services, other times it's banners or events. And so I just want to point out to us that rather than creating a whole new structure to support business organizations, those that are interested in helping small business corridors should lean in on these existing committees where we go out of our way to work with them collectively with Public Works and CPED, and that we appoint people who have a level of interest in these kinds of committees. There's no question that commercial corridors are very stressed these days, but these organizations are a bit about self-empowerment of property owners and business owners joining together in order to get additional services and or create events or banners or special projects in those areas that can help them succeed. I strongly believe that these people-powered, neighborhood-focused groups have worked in the past, and perhaps we need to lean on them more to do more. But what we shouldn't be doing is from the top down, telling them that new organizations should be created and here's what you should do. So I'm really happy to support this today. I think it's a system that works, and clearly it's one that is misunderstood as the conversation continues, that what the city should do in places like Uptown and East Lake Street is create new business improvement districts when we have special services districts existing that certainly could be expanded on or improved.
Thank you, Councilmember Goodman. And seeing no further discussion, please call the roll.
Councilmember Payne.
Aye.
Councilmember Koski.
Aye.
Councilmember Shugtai.
Aye.
Councilmember Chavez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ellison.
Aye.
Councilmember Vitaw.
Aye.
Councilmember Rainville.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodman.
Aye.
Councilmember Wansley.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson.
Aye.
Councilmember Osmond.
Aye.
Vice President Palmisano.
Aye.
President Jenkins.
Aye.
There are 13 ayes.
That carries, and that report is adopted. That completes our reports of our standing committees, and the next order of business is a notice of ordinance introductions, and there are now 3 items with the added notice at the beginning of the meeting. And first, I will turn to Councilmember Osmond's notice to amend the licensing code to provide a limited license spacing exemption for tobacco dealers at qualifying commercial malls. Second is Councilmember Goodman's notice to amend the zoning code along with 10 other titles to implement the land use rezoning policies of the Minneapolis 2040 plan. And number 3 is Councilmembers Chugtai, Ellison, and Osmond's notice to amend the noise ordinance to amend the noise violation exemption for sounds associated with religious worship. These notices are hereby given, and there is no further action required at this time. And the next order of business is resolutions, and we
Madam
have...
President,
I'm sorry?
I think Councilmember Goodman was in queue on the lengthy notices related to the comp plan.
Yes, my apologies, Councilmember Goodman.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm sure members of the council are wondering why I have 9 things that are being introduced today, and I wanted to explain it to the public as well, because this is actually a big deal. This is the second part of the implementation of the city's Minneapolis 2040 initiative. So what we've done already is decided that R1 is now Interior 1, and a commercial district is now Commercial 1, 2, and 3. But we haven't yet decided is what uses would be appropriate within those zoning titles. So what is the first commercial district you can have a tobacco shop in? Or what is the first commercial district you can have a cannabis operation in? I know, I did that for you, Latricia. No. Now that I'm a cannabis expert. So the long and short of it is, this is a very important piece of ordinance change that is going through. And I don't know that many people are aware of it, and I'm confident council members are not aware of it, or the public is aware of it. This is not making changes to the 2040 plan that people don't like. This is trying to figure out where the uses belong within the zoning districts that we've already put in place. And there is a public process for this. Starting on February 15th, I believe, there's going to be a public meeting to discuss it. There will be public hearings in the Biz Committee to discuss it. And we want the public to participate with us in helping us understand, where could a coffee shop be first considered? What kinds of retail would be allowed in industrial uses, as an example? So there is work to be done, and it really remains to be seen how we're going to figure it out collectively, but I do know that the planning staff have done an enormous amount of work. They are asking for outreach and public participation now. Introducing at this point is just moving this information towards committee, but we haven't made any decisions in this regard. And so I just want to put council members on notice that this is major work. It's important work, and it's work that's carrying on from the last term that I have luckily been volunteered to bring forward. I do understand it fairly well, but I would urge everyone, if they haven't had a chance to meet with the great planning staff, to get a briefing on this, because you might have great experiences in your wards, especially along commercial corridors, with the kinds of businesses that fit within the certain zoning types. And I don't want the moment to go past without everyone understanding that this is a significant part of completing our 2040 work, and it's often the part that people are most sensitive about. What use can be in what district, because the districts are next to them now. We see that in every appeal in committee. This is a question of what can be used, what can be operated in each district. So I'd urge folks to pay attention. It looks like it's going to cover many provisions within the code, but the long and short of it is moving us towards implementing and further implementing the 2040 plan. Thanks.
Thank you for highlighting that, Councilmember Goodman, and I concur. It is a very important aspect of our zoning policies. And is there any further discussion? All right. Next order of business is resolutions, and we have one honorary resolution that was presented at the beginning of the meeting. Are there any comments from my colleagues? I'll entertain a motion to adopt that resolution.
Second.
And clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Payne.
Aye.
Councilmember Koski.
Aye.
Councilmember Shabtai.
Aye.
Councilmember Chavez.
Aye.
Councilmember Ellison.
Aye.
Councilmember Vital.
Aye.
Councilmember Rainville.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodman.
Aye.
Councilmember Ronsley.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson.
Aye.
Councilmember Osman.
Aye.
Vice President Palmisano.
Aye.
President Jenkins.
Aye.
There are 13 ayes.
That carries, and that resolution has been adopted. It is officially National Pizza Day in the city of Minneapolis. Colleagues, we have completed all of our business on our meeting agenda, but starting today, I do want to end our regular council meetings with some good news. So often our meetings can be focused on items on our agenda that we disagree about, and while the bulk of our agendas are adopted without discussion or controversy. So to help us reset when we leave this room, as well as to honor and celebrate all the amazing work that our thousands of employees are doing every day, I want to ensure that we take a few minutes to end our meetings with some good news. And so I'll kick it off today with some good news about an upcoming event that's being held at our convention center, the Minneapolis Convention Center, to celebrate Black History Month. The inaugural I Am My Ancestors' Wildest Dreams Expo will be held on February 25th from 9 a.m. to midnight. It's a very long day at the Minneapolis Convention Center. The expo will feature storytellers, panelists, music, education, and community gathering for all who grace us with their presence. The Too Dope to Bully experience will focus on our youth, ages 4 through 18, with bouncy houses, DJs, speakers, and anti-bullying panel. For everyone else, there will be an abundance of workshops, a healing garden, the black market vendor space, brown skin girl empowerment segment, I Am Black, Therefore I Am Community segment, a celebrity panel discussions on economic empowerment featuring Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, and there's Power in Manifestation concert featuring national artists. The best part about this event is that it is free. And again, the date is February 25th from 9 a.m. to midnight at the Convention Center. And I will ask if any of my other colleagues have any good news to share today. Councilmember Vital.
Thank you, President Jenkins. First, I want to go on record because my mother and my auntie Rose watches these meetings. I am not a cannabis expert. my good friend, Councilmember Lisa Goodman, is, and she likes to put me in her stuff. Mother, I am not, where's the camera? Mother, I am not a cannabis expert. Okay, we can get to the good news. You've done this to me twice. Thank you, Madam President. I want to first say last Friday, February 3rd, that 10 exceptional recruits graduated from the Minneapolis Police Department Academy. These 10 individuals were all penned by family members and sworn in by Chief O'Hara, and now are beginning their service as police officers. I want to say to them that we welcome these new officers to the city enterprise and thank them for their willingness to serve. The next thing is I want to thank Commissioner Alexander for his regular communication about public safety needs and plans. He has been really good at communicating with me, with community, and all of our partners locally and nationally. So thank you so much, Commissioner Alexander.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Vital. Councilmember Rainville.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to piggyback a little bit on Councilmember Vital's remarks about the new police recruits. I had a chance to attend that and speak to them and their families, and half of the recruits were BIPOC. So hats off to the recruiting efforts by MPD. There are also, this week, 22 new cadets started in the academy. So we are rebuilding our police force, and we are rebuilding them in the image of our citizens. So thank you for bringing that up, Councilmember Vital. And I just want to add some really good news here. Saturday night, I will be going over to St. Mary's Church in Northeast Minneapolis. The Lebanese community is celebrating 120 years of worshiping and being part of our community. The first Lebanese actually came here as refugees from the Ottoman Empire. They were persecuted and came here, of course, later after World War I as well. And it's such an honor to have them in my ward and to be invited to their event, but congratulations to the Lebanese community.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Rainville. Next in queue is Council Vice President Palmisano.
Thank you, Madam President. This week, after a national search, the Audit Committee approved the appointment of our very first city auditor, Ryan Patrick. He's more recently been our city's Director of Internal Audit, but the city auditor is a new position created by the passage of a ballot measure in 2021, creating a new executive, mayor, and legislative council government structure. We interviewed some great candidates for this position, and we were pleased to find the right candidate right here at City Hall. And if that wasn't enough, Mr. Patrick has already hired 2 new community safety auditors, positions that were created in the 2023 budget for the first time. These 2 positions will help our city auditor's office with our ongoing community safety related work. Thanks.
Thank you, Councilmember Palmisano. I know that is really an important development. Earlier this week, Councilmember Wansley talked about building out our legislative department, and I think this is a step in that direction. And right on cue, Councilmember Wansley is next.
Thank you, Madam President. While this isn't good news, it is real stuff. I will encourage residents, if you have family members, community members who have been impacted by the deadly earthquake that has taken the lives of more than 10,000 people in Turkey and in Syria, I ask that you see this city as a resource. We have an Immigration Affairs Department that I know our staff is probably well aware of resources that our community members can tap into in order to share the support with our global community as they struggle with the effects of climate change and this deadly natural disaster. So I just want to put that also out in the public, that we are a resource for you, because we do represent residents that do have family members that live there, that has a connection to those sites of devastation right now, and just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Councilmember Wansley. And I guess the good news is that we are a resource. And so, Councilmember Ellison.
Thank you, Madam President. You mentioned earlier about the thousands of workers that we have at the city, but we also know that our city and a lot of other industries have been impacted by the recruitment of new talent and employees. And so as of last week, we now have a new Chief of Human Resources Officer for the City of Minneapolis, Ms. Nikki Odom. In this role, Ms. Odom will oversee the department tasked with recruiting and training top talent here at the City of Minneapolis, and has a tall order overcoming those recruitment challenges that we face due to COVID, due to early retirements, due to workforce shortages. But it's exciting to have someone at the helm, especially someone with the background of Ms. Odom. Before coming to the city, Ms. Odom served as Vice President of People and Culture at Minnesota Community Care, which is the state's largest federally qualified health center. And so as POCO chair, just excited to offer her a congratulations on the new position, and look forward to working with Ms. Odom in the coming months.
Thank you, Councilmember Ellison. And seeing no further discussion, and that the fact that we've completed our business today without objection, this meeting is adjourned.